Hello everyone and welcome to my channel, Travel Treasure. As I'm waiting for you to join, I will tell you where we are. Right now we're in a place called Tudor City, area, place, building. It's right next to East River, not far from 42nd Street. Who lives here? Well, mostly diplomats, because it's located right next to this building here. I guess all of you, or most of you, know what this building is. It looks like a radiator, but it's not. In fact, it's one of the most meaningful buildings in New York, if not in the entire world. It's the building of United Nations. And it's late now, that's why you don't see flags which are represented in the United Nations, but during the day you see flags of different countries right in front of the building. If cars that have blue license plate, usually, these are cars for diplomats. Hello RG, hello Maria, you guys are not sleeping? Well, welcome. I didn't expect anyone would join the night stream. So if you see license plate that are in blue, these are cars of diplomats, and they're usually allowed to go to places where other cars wouldn't go, but sometimes, especially during the UN summit, which happens usually around September or October of each year, they cannot go all over the place. And usually when the summit is taking place, there's like a printed paper with a flag of the country, which that car, like the representatives of which this car is carrying. Hello, Walter. Wow, yes, so many of you who are not sleeping. I'm so surprised. Well, today I will show you Midtown New York by night. There are a lot of things, especially political things, as well as some red carpets that are happening in the city these days. But we will start with, as I said, Tudor City. I just showed you the United Nations building, where you can actually also go as a tourist, and that's absolutely free. You just need to get a pass across the street. This building here, it's one of my favorite buildings. Well, you can tell me which building that is. Two buildings actually, one in front and one on the other side. I don't know why connection is poor. I hope you can still see clearly. And why I think that you are awesome. I think I will repeat it several times during today's stream. But reason being, you are so active. You are the best subscribers ever. Because in just 2 months, yesterday I checked the first video that I uploaded and it was 2 months ago. In just about 2 months, we have exceeded 1,000 followers of my channel. You guys make me very happy, and I hope that I, in turn, will make you happy with what I show you. If you have any preferences as to what you want to see in the city, or if you want me to speak about something in specific, I promise to listen to everything and everyone, and we will make this channel great all together. Rick, special thanks to you. It's a very beautiful place. There are many dead-end streets here. That's why you don't hear really any traffic here. It's pretty quiet, more quiet than in the rest of Manhattan. Manhattan today is really nice and warm. It is getting to spring mode, to spring weather. We're not quite there just yet, but I'm pretty sure that in about 10 days to 2 weeks from now, spring will be at full swing in New York. Walter. I'm walking also with my dog, that's why we will be making stops from time to time. And I want to welcome separately people who have joined recently, who have not yet seen any of my live streams in live mode. So welcome, welcome. I will show you, I will share the most delicious view to Chrysler Building and one Vanderbilt, where there is a very nice observation deck, the most recently opened one, the latest one in the city. This is my favorite view. During Manhattan Henge, which if I am in New York, I will show you. Manhattan Henge, that's when the sun sits directly between skyscrapers. It happens twice a year in summer, and there are usually huge crowds of people who line up to see that. Well, I'll tell you another secret. In order to see that without any people, all you have to do is come a few days before or a few days after this event, and you will not be able to tell the difference. The only real difference that you will notice is that it's not crowded. That's all. No, that's called Manhattan Henge, like Stonehenge, but with Manhattan. This neighborhood is so peaceful and so clean. There are rats running around randomly, but where are they not in New York these days? Roberto, you made it to my live stream this time. How is your mother doing? And last year we did not have any magnolia because it died because of the cold temperatures. And this year magnolia is about to bloom. So definitely the beautiful pink, yellow, white flowers will make us happy in New York this year. Thank you. Walter, why are you not sleeping? It's really late in... Where are you? Netherlands? You hate spell check. Well, switch it off. Simple. It's good to see you doing live stream at night. I rarely do this. I'm super tired. I actually wanted to stream tomorrow from Central Park, and I still might because I want to show you how what spring looks like in New York. But I decided that I don't do live streams at night that too often, so I decided to change that. Wow, guys, why is no one sleeping? Hello, Stillheart. So many of you are awake. I expected that people would watch my stream, not in live mode, this one. Well, I want to show you a few places today. We will pass by, through Grand Central Station. I also want to show you some famous graffiti by Cobra. That's a Brazilian artist, and you see his masterpieces, so his artwork throughout the city. There are two which are probably the biggest that I've seen here, and I would be happy to share this with you too. Hey, such a cutie. You're so pretty. Aw, hi baby. A puppy?
No, she's actually like 3 years old.
Oh my god, looks like a puppy, acts like one.
Acts like a puppy,
Yeah, that's perfect. Well, enjoy the walk. We had to say hi to someone. I'm in Manhattan tonight singing. You sing? Wow. Amazing. In a few days from now, I will be somewhere where it will be pretty cold, which I'm not happy about because just recently it felt like late spring there, and now the temperature dropped. Just when I want to feel warmer, I'm going back in winter. At least so it feels. So polite. Well, when you walk your dog, that's what New Yorkers are. Usually people just rush in New York. But if you're with dog, people are super friendly. I don't know why. Why you don't speak Russian? Because this is the channel where I speak English only. If you write a comment in Russian or in some other language, then I will respond in a language different than English. So I just spoke to you about a blue license plate, and this is a good example. You see it's a 0011, which country it belongs to, like which diplomat of which country. It doesn't say on the license plate, but in addition to it being a car for diplomat, which is actually written also in red sign, it's not very clear now, but trust me. And on the right side, you see that it's not only a diplomat, but also a handicap. So he has extra special parking, entrance to places, or she. Hello, RJ from Colorado. And even in places like this, so many places with scaffolding. Speaking of scaffolding, I was thinking about scaffolding yesterday. There was one guy, and I'm not even sure why FBI was involved, but I have that app that tells about things, bad things that are happening in the neighborhood, usually bad things, like in 99% of cases. And so I got a notification saying that there was a guy threatening to jump off a skyscraper. So when you guys ask me why so many or so much, how do you say it, Rick? So many scaffoldings? So why so many of them in New York? Well, here is the reason. Also, not just construction, which happens a lot in the city as well, but also if there are some strange people who decide to either throw something from a skyscraper or just a house, a regular house, or who decide to jump from it, God forbid. So the city is kind of protecting itself by putting scaffolding and not hurting anyone underneath, if it happens unexpectedly, God forbid. Thank you so much. I'm so happy it happened. That's all thanks to some videos that were promoted by YouTube, specifically of the guy in subway and the other one with the actress. So now we will walk on 42nd Street, which is probably the most famous street, that and Fifth Avenue in New York. It has, unlike many streets that you see we are passing, it has a two-way traffic. And a problem with that street, especially for people who drive, well, actually only for people who drive, is that there are a lot of signs which say that you cannot turn right or left. So basically you cannot turn from 42nd Street in many places to avenues that cross them. And sometimes it's very inconvenient. And also if you are in a car and you get out, for example, you come to the city. By the city, I mean Manhattan, even though the city consists of 5 boroughs. Not just me, but in general, that's what is meant by the city. So if you are coming to the city from New Jersey, you cross on the level of approximately 34th Street, Lincoln Tunnel, and then on the level of 42nd Street, a lot of times people need to turn to different avenues, and traffic is the worst. So if you are driving in the city, if you are renting a car, try to avoid 42nd Street as much as you possibly can. Hello, Pepito, I have not seen you in so long. This is just like fly, walk, crawl. Hope you got a lot of subscribers from him. I did get a few subscribers from him, and I'm really grateful. And if you are one of them, welcome. If some of you don't know, maybe, well, some people I'm sure will watch this replay probably and say, oh, I am the one. I was walking one day from work, and I saw some person who was recording something, and I'm really nosy, so I asked, I interfered in his stream, and it turned out to be that his name is Roberto, if I'm not mistaken, right? I'm so bad with names, but I hope I'm right. So I asked what he was, on which platform he was recording, and he said that he's a YouTuber, and he had almost like 500 people who were watching him at that time. And yeah, so he seemed like a friendly guy, just walking around in the evening. And I said hi. I said that I also have YouTube. I said what my YouTube is, and I did have some people who joined after his or during his stream. And separate welcome to these subscribers. Anton, why are you not sleeping? A big coincidence, really. I didn't even know that guy. But now I know whose channel to watch. Oh, this is a interesting building during the day, and I think even now you can go inside and there is a huge globe. One day when I will be telling you stories about interesting places and unusual things in New York, I will cover this place as well. Oh, I think, oh yes, 3rd Avenue, so we will be, let me think how it's best to walk here. So we're on 42nd Avenue, that not graffiti, but that art is approximately 10 streets away, so, or we can go through Grand Central now. We definitely will pass by Times Square today, that much I can promise you. What a clear picture. Well, iPhone is not the best for night streaming, night photos, but I'm happy with what you wrote. I came from Walk, Ride, Fly. Well, hello! Hello, hello. And I said that I will repeat myself several times during this stream, and I'm happy to be repetitive about this. I want to thank each subscriber because in just 2 months, we guys reached more than 1,000 followers. That's all thanks to you. The Flatiron building was sold to the, or was it? For 190 million, that's nothing. So I wonder, who was it sold to? I saw that it was put on auction, so they said several years ago during COVID, well, not several, yeah, just like 2 years ago, they said that it would be a hotel. Then, so if you guys know the Flatiron building, it looks like Flatiron. It's located on 5th Avenue and 5th Avenue and 23rd Street, and it was put on auction because there were several owners of the building and they couldn't decide what to do with it. So it was under reconstruction for a while, and now, thanks to Texas, we know that it was sold for 190 million. Thank you, Steelheart, and have a good night. I keep telling you that next stream will be from a different place, from a different city, from a different country, but I just love New York so much that I cannot stop showing it. But if not next stream, then the one after that will definitely be from a different country. If someone guesses from which country, then I will definitely send some present, or at least a postcard from there. But let me just go back. Hello, Senator. I just want to make sure that I did not miss any messages. Unlike many streamers, I'm the kind that responds to every single message. If you write something under any video, then I always respond to all your messages, to all your comments. Exactly. I guess those of you who actually left some comments noticed that already. New York is a city of trash. They are trying to change some rules with trash. At least they started with Flatiron, not building, but area, which starts approximately on the level of Flatiron and goes to 32nd Street. Oh, it's so loud. So they will close this. They will close Broadway on that level, and the way they changed rules with trash, now you see trash laying around throughout the day. No matter what time of the day it is, you see that there are bags of trash, sometimes leaking trash, because they pour something that is left from what people were eating in restaurants, and also there are some sharp things. So, and plus rats that go dig for trash or for their gold, also known as their gold. And of course there are holes, and then it all starts to leak. So now you see that throughout the day. And what will happen in Flatiron, and I hope in the rest of the city after this as well, is they are only allowed, so businesses are only allowed to put out trash after a certain hour. So in some cases after 6 p.m., if it's like a building where like residents live, and restaurants after 8 p.m. If they do it before, then they are supposed to be fined. Whether it will be implemented or not, whether it will happen or not, we shall see, but I hope something will change about trash. Canada, 1 second guys, let me just cross and then I'll go back to your messages. Amazon Go, by the way, those of you who don't know how to use Amazon Go, well, you need to have an app. 1 second, dogs are saying hi. So you need to have an app. You can only enter by using an app. That's the Amazon app. And you can enter, you see the things with green signs. So that's the entrance. You put your phone, you scan to enter, and then you take whatever you want, and then you leave without paying, without scanning anything, because the system is so smart that it sees what you took, and then it just deducts it from your Amazon account. That's amazing, isn't it? Wait, hold on. I will stop on the other side and I will check your messages, and then we will continue to Grand Central. 1 moment, please. The next stream will be from Australia. No, Australia is way too far. Not from Canada, not from Australia. I offered 15,000K, but I was outbid by the new owner, JP Garlic. Garlic? Okay. I wonder, did he mention what he wants to do with this building? Hawaii? Nope, not Hawaii. Yes, Rex Games. More than 1,000 followers. Amazing. This is the building of... Gosh. Ah, what building is that? Anton knows this building, Chrysler Building, of course. So this building is Chrysler Building, and that's an office building now, but they are going to put an observation deck on one of the top floors. This is homeless, like many in New York. He just took off his pants and he is peeing while standing. Typical New York. In the morning you can see huge piles of garbage. Well, in the morning actually garbage is taken away, so you see not bags of garbage but rather like trash laying around. But then later on, like several hours after trash has been picked up, this is also, the streets are cleaned from this as well. Or maybe the wind just blows it away. He said it was his dream to own the building since he was 14 years old. Really? Well, how old is he now? At what age was he able to buy that building? And that price for Flatiron, I don't think it's that too much. I'll read about this guy after this stream. I guess it will be a hotel, I don't know. I think it's a great location and I can totally see a hotel there. It will probably be more profitable if he makes it as what it was before, but let's see. The Chrysler Building is the most ooh, echo. Woo! Can you hear it? The most beautiful building in New York. I would say it's one of. Hello, Gina. Are you coming or are you leaving? Grand Central is huge, and thanks to Jacqueline Kennedy, wife of JFK, wife of John Kennedy, we can still see this Grand Central Station here in the center of Manhattan. And it still functions because there was time when they wanted to take it down. It was, yeah, not in the same condition in which we see it on this day. No. All this, no. And I don't think it's cold in Argentina now. I saw policemen enter the building and I'm like, oh, I didn't know Casa allowed in Grand Central, and they wanted to give me a lift. Connection is stable. Perfect. What can be better than good connection? There is train schedule here. Some of you might have seen the opening of a new station which is called Grand Central Madison. To get there you have to go to lower floor and go lower and lower and deeper and deeper. There are some things which remind still of old Grand Central Station, like boxes here, oh, there is a pigeon. One part of the ceiling, I'll show you. I won't zoom in, but okay, I will zoom in because that. So there is a part of the black spot that's for nothing. There is a story behind it. In the past, when people were smoking a lot, which doesn't happen these days, you don't see a lot of locals that smoke unless it's marijuana, unfortunately. Well, the smoke went all over the roof, the walls, and all other parts of Grand Central Station. When it was cleaned, to leave part of the history here, they decided to leave that black spot in the right corner from where we stand now. Then when you come here during the day, sunlight falls through these windows in a really nice way. And there are actually offices located up there, so sometimes you see people passing here on these floors. There are so many secrets that Grand Central Station has. For example, there is the biggest tunnel in New York City, if not in the entire, well, probably tunnel from Mexico to America is bigger, but the known tunnels, from the known tunnels, there is a very big tunnel from under Grand Central Station, which is used by presidents, secret tunnel. This clock also has a story. One day I will make a video separately about Grand Central Station. Now I will tell you just one more secret of it, and it's about the clock that is outside of it. Who knows what is the brand, the mark, the brand of that clock? I guess some of you will be really surprised to know the answer. Under us there is a whispering room. If you stand in one corner of it and say something quietly, the person on the other side will hear you. Yes, also steam from trains left a footprint on there. In this part of Grand Central Station, there are usually some events that are happening. Not so long ago, I think there was a squash tournament. It was over about a month or two ago. So does anyone know anything about clock outside of Grand Central? Oh, and since Jacqueline Kennedy Onassis helped to restore that place, there is a plate thanking her for her deed. Homeless people open doors here of train stations, also of McDonald's and some other fast food places. Of course, they want money for that. I hope one day people will be commenting as much as I saw on the other channels where there are like 400, 500 people watching at a time. That there will be more participation of my followers. So, the clock. This clock here, well, maybe you can tell by the color of it which brand it is. Let me zoom in. Can you recognize the color? Tell the brand by looking at it. The sculptures also have very interesting story. One day, I'll wait a few moments for some of you to guess which company made this clock. And if you don't, if no one gives the right answer, I will tell you myself. No, not Rolex, none of this. Not Bulova, but good guesses. Really good guesses. I can tell you that every single person, probably in every country, knows that brand. So when I share this with you, you will be like, really? So this is why, and it's very expensive too. And this is why when there were riots in 2020, in 2020, it's surprising that nothing was done to this clock, that no one took it off, no one sold it, because it's very expensive. Gucci, no, but close. Timex, nope. Two people wrote Timex at the same time. Not Bulova, nope. I guess Gucci was the closest it can get. So think that direction. Scaffolding, more scaffolding. So one more guess, and I promise to give you the right answer after this. Texas, that doesn't count, because this is not a well-known international brand. Nope, that doesn't start with A. Okay, I'll give you a hint. It starts with T as in tango. T. Ford, nope. Starts with T and ends with Y. Again, T as in tango, ends with Y. Not Cartier, nope. But you are thinking the right direction. Good job, Tanya. Tiffany. And it costs several $1 million. Who would think, right? It doesn't matter, even if she looked up online. It's not about knowing everything, it's about knowing where to check the right answer. To have the right resources. Good job, Tanya. So now we will pass through Bryant Park and we'll go to Times Square. From there, probably to Rockefeller Center, but maybe we'll change our route. There are a lot of political events that are behind the scenes that are happening in New York now. Specifically, I saw cars of, and maybe they're still there, maybe we will pass and see together. So at the Peninsula Hotel, President of Iraq is staying. Then Nancy Pelosi and her husband are probably still visiting, or maybe were here not so long ago. Also, who else? Some African leaders. Had I not known that UN summit takes place in fall, I would think it's happening now. Oh, thank you. You guessed it right. If people work in auditing companies, Pricewaterhouse, I think that's their main office here. Let me show you this beautiful building from here, Chrysler. And this is a building that opened not long ago, relative to other skyscrapers in the city. And the most recent observation deck that opened in the city is in that building. It's my second favorite. There are now 5 observation decks in New York City, which are open to public. one is my favorite, and I will tell you in the order in which I like them. So number one is in Rockefeller Center. Why I like it is because you can see all sides really clearly. It has perfect location. You can see Central Park, you can see Midtown, you can see downtown, you can also see Hudson River with New Jersey, and you can see the other side. East River and Brooklyn and probably Bronx also, and Queens. So it's located perfectly, and it's very, especially when it's not too crowded, it's the best view. You can be there inside and outside. More trash. My second favorite, it's this one here, called Summit, on top of Vanderbilt. So on top of this building with blue roof now. There are balloons, inflated balloons inside. It has a lot of glass, so if you are scared of heights and if you are scared of like fast motions, which some people are, don't go there. But it's I think it's pretty cool. So they give you glasses, and yeah, it's relatively big, and for additional price you can even ride several floors. It's like 2 or 3 floors maybe only at the very top on the glass elevator. So that's number 2. Number 3 is Empire State Building. I love Empire State Building, but I like to look at it more than being on it. Of course, it's the most iconic building. During the time when the Empire State Building was built, its competitor was actually Chrysler and some other buildings in downtown Manhattan. But then Empire State Building came as a winner in many senses. And I'll tell you one secret today about Empire State Building. Well, first of all, there are several floors of observation deck on Empire State Building. Price for them to go to 82nd floor, and if I'm not mistaken, 102nd floor is different. And today it's nice blue color. Well, the secret of Empire State Building. One moment, let me read your messages and then I will tell you. Cartier is not a watch brand, but their jewelry is beautiful. You know better. Very beautiful views in the evening. Different, right? Hello, Full Light 79. Hello, Toilet Brush. Thank you. Actually, congrats to all of subscribers, not just to me, because I want to do this without you. So, in England, for example, hello, Ruben. In England, for example, each building has its own zip code, right? Well, in New York, it's different. It's like same as in most parts of the world. A whole neighborhood has one zip code. And sometimes one building can have several zip codes because it can, especially when it's on the border with several neighborhoods. And sometimes you can get, if you live in such building, then that's exactly what is happening to me. I get on letters different zip code, but they are still delivered. Or what to know which building exactly with that zip code the letter needs to be delivered to, so they put a 5-digit zip code, then dash, and then 4 more digits. These 4 digits are for the specific building. Well, the secret of Empire State Building is such. Empire State Building and some other, which are not many buildings in New York City, there are very, very few, has its own zip code. Did you know? And its own, well, how to say that? Like if the electricity is lost in the entire city, or in the entire neighborhood, not the city, Empire State Building has its own station or something that it connects to. So Empire State Building will not lose it. Did you know that about zip code of Empire State Building? Bryant Park is unfortunately closed already. It closes for the night. But I know one place that is open year-round, 24/7. That's Times Square. And that's where we're heading now. This building here, it also looks like a place where an observation deck could be, but it's not. It's the main building of Bank of America. And it rents, so the company that owns that building is called Durst. It's one of the major developer companies in New York, if not in the entire America. And what is inside this building? Offices. And if there is some event, such as, for example, New Year on Times Square, there is a lot of Secret Service inside this building. So I told you about 3 observation decks. Let's continue. So in the order that I like them. Number 4, that is building which is located in downtown Manhattan, which is Freedom Tower, and observation deck on top of that tower, probably the highest. I think it's the tallest. It's also actually owned by the same company, Durst. And next and last on my list is Edge. Ready for another secret? With Edge. Why I don't like Edge? It's located close to Hudson River, so it has nice view to that river. But at the same time, if you look at Empire State Building, for example, or other skyscrapers, Chrysler, since there are other skyscrapers that obstruct the view, it's not as interesting. So I personally, that would be my last choice of observation decks, honestly. Beautiful park. Hello, Dmitry! Water tube slide all the way down to first floor. Wait. From that skyscraper would be awesome, right? New York City of 8 million stories. Is the app for the Bank of America antenna for money or for VIP? It's not for money. You cannot sell it. It's by, how to say, you can, what full light meant is you can actually change colors of 2 buildings here. This one and the H&M building here. Really? Sure. And I used to have that app and I used to do it. So how you can get access to this? You cannot buy that app. You cannot have that, or you cannot even install this app because it wouldn't, well, you probably, I don't think you can even install that app. Maybe you can, now I don't know, or maybe something has changed. But in order to activate it, you need to, well, how I got it, I knew someone who worked in that building for that company who shared it with me. And then this person could, one person could share with 2 people. Since then, they have changed it. I actually don't know if my app still works, but sometimes lights are fixed. For example, if there is like a day when they celebrate, like Day for Cancer, for example, when everything is pink in the city. So there are fixed lights, and these are the days when you cannot change them. Patrick, hello. There are more flowers in New York, more and more, yes. Many, well, we don't have tulips now, we have daffodils. And yeah, so these are the first spring flowers. New York, weather in New York is perfect now. It's not windy. If the wind is blowing, then it's not as strong and it's actually warm. So that's perfect. So, secret about Edge, the last observation deck, which is located by Hudson Yards, which is a very newly developed area of New York with many skyscrapers. Not a lot of trains, actually just one train goes there. But they're making this area better and better every day. Empire State Building, now they put down the skating rink no more, then they will put a lawn here. People will be doing yoga here in spring and summer, and I will show you all. Well, because New York City is located not too far from New Jersey. People play ping pong here for free if you have your own paddles, or in summer you can take the ones that belong to the park, but then you have to wait for your line in summer also because demand to play it here is very high. I'll show you something really unpleasant now, but that's life, right? Before, when I saw these boxes, I thought these were for electricity cables, you know, because there are lights, and so that water doesn't go through. I thought that these boxes were for that. But guess what? They are not. They are for rats. These are rat trappers, because there are so many rats in this park. And also they put poison like all around this evergreen, not trees, but like, I don't know, not bushes, grass. So, secret about Edge. To go to Edge, so price changes with time of the day, with day of the week when you go. Yeah, rat traps. With day of the week and other factors, right? If it's holidays or something. So that's Bank of China. Ta-da. If you want to experience good food, nice service, where there is prefix menu, there is fixed menu, there is menu from where, like a la carte menu, where you can choose what you take. Go to restaurant on top of Edge. I think it's called Peak Restaurant. Prices there are prices for good New York restaurant, but one thing a lot of people don't know, and I did not know until late last year. After this restaurant, you can visit the expensive observation deck of Edge for free, and it's worth it. What else is on the Edge? Well, it does look like Edge, that's why it's called that way. But what you can also find there, during winter there is a skating rink. They did it first time last year / in the beginning of this year, and I think they will continue this every single year. Also, if you give your phones away, if you put a special costume, then you can hang at the very, very top of that building, above observation deck, like at the angle of 45 degrees. Pretty scary. I wouldn't do this, also because they take phones away and I'm always with my phone for pictures and videos. But if some of you like some thrill, that's the thing to do. Cleo, hello. Tanya, I have a question. When you answered, 1 second, let me pass that loud truck. When you answered correctly about Tiffany clock at the entrance to Grand Central Station, did you know the answer? Did you guess it right? Or did you check it online? Let's see which film will be filmed here. Nibula! Nibul, if you watch this video in replay, your movie is being filmed here. Or what? Will be filmed. Wait, was filmed here on the 17th. I don't know why they're closing this area now. It usually remains open. It's open to public 24 hours. So why the heck are they closing it? Nice sculpture. Is it true that New York is a city that never sleeps? Well, you tell me. You see it all. Equinox, that's the most expensive gym in New York. And there are several types of that gym in the city. The most expensive, one of them, is located in Hudson Yards, exactly where the Edge observation deck is located as well. To have a membership there, you have to pay, well, we don't take into consideration initiation fee, which sometimes equals a month or more. They tend to waive that, but per month you would pay approximately $350 to go to that gym. And if you're a fan of LGBT, That's where most people go, and they do some weird things there in sauna, I should say. Tanya knows she likes shiny things like me. Oh, really? Tiffany has the beautiful blue box with ribbon. Yes. And one time I made my nails like a French manicure, the same color as Tiffany, white and beautiful color. I don't know, green, blue. I don't know. Oh God. Did you see that? How to call it correctly? Did you see that? What the guy did? Lifetime is as good as Equinox. Crazy, crazy. Oh, this guy's going back. Look at what he will be doing. Oh, no, he's going on 6th Avenue. Crazy. And they always do this by police. Well, we're approaching Times Square. Well, all the craziness is happening. That's like, yeah. Usually what Times Square is during this time of the day is it smells like weed everywhere. There are some groups that perform, usually of black people who are so flexible that it's crazy. There are also Mexicans, well, not as many at this hour, Mexicans who are dressed as whatnot, Mickey Mouse, as like everything that want money from you. If someone is, some tourist pays attention to them, then 10 of them run to that person at the same time, and they're willing to take picture for free until the end when pictures are taken, and they demand that you give at least $10. They don't let you go otherwise. What is happening here? There's a fire truck. Oh, and we're on Broadway. We will probably finish that stream. Not now, no. I mean, we will then go to Macy's. There will be flower show at Macy's. It's partially decorated already, but the official part will begin on Monday. I will not be in New York on Monday, but I will try to show some of it to you today, and the other part probably tomorrow. The best time to go there is before it all starts, because they finish it 2 days before the official opening of the event. You can see everything that people see during the show, which lasts probably like 2 weeks, and flowers are mostly real. And at the same time, you don't see the crazy crowds at that time. Cartoon characters, not only cartoon, but yes, cartoon as well. So, Times Square. Madame Tussauds Museum, wax figures. One day we'll go there. I think it's the biggest one, or one of at least. Yes, welcome everyone, and thank you again everyone for being one of the many great subscribers to my channel. We did make it to over 1,000 followers, so thank you all, and smells like weed, and thanks to each one of you separately. Sometimes I regret I cannot take photos while I stream because I have only one phone. I don't like to carry my camera, even though it's a light camera, but it's inconvenient, and especially now that I am with that lady here. Well, if anyone is into stock market, while Wall Street is located in downtown Manhattan, Nasdaq is located here. It used to be in a different location, but now it's on Times Square. And if you walk here in the morning, you'll see people who give an update on markets. Thank you, thank you. Well, actually, I have to thank each of you. So you wanted to see entrance? Yes, we will go there on the way back. You see how different Times Square is during the night compared to during the day, during the morning. Oh, I wish I went there, because these crazy guys, are riding on the back of their motorcycles. Let's actually, yeah, let's go there. Maybe we'll see some of them. It smells like weed everywhere. I'm against weed. That's why it's very difficult for me to pass Times Square. But what will I not do for you guys, my best followers? During Fleet Week, which is happening in May, Fleet Week is actually longer than a week. It's approximately 10 days to 2 weeks. That's when Marines, and not only Marines, wait, 1 second. So Navy, like different military, well, usually those who work on ships, they who serve on ships, they come here. So they come with their boats, which is also a different event to see, which I have never yet done, but maybe this year we will watch it together with you. They park their boats, their ships here, or ship, and then they organize different events throughout the city. That's when you see beautiful men walking around, and women walking around streets of Manhattan, Brooklyn, and other places. Of course, they have to behave, but sometimes you see them because it's their like vacation, right? So they go to pubs. Sometimes they sometimes they're really having great time, let's put it that way. But here on Times Square, they organize events such as playing, how do you say that, like playing different games with them. Then they arrange concerts, so everything is free. You can also go to the real military ship for free. They show you everything. They speak, they answer any questions of yours. You see real like helicopters that are still in service, or planes. Really interesting. Natalia is getting high for all of you. For all of you, right? I will start laughing soon. From the Swede. Oh, and by the way, I would like to thank one more time the person who told me that in one of the most recent streams, I was wrong about McDonald's that is made for illegal immigrants. That's not this one. This is the one between, I think, oh, I don't remember the address, 7th Avenue and 8th Avenue and 40-something street. If someone can check which one that is now, we will go there and I'll show you which one is made as a place for illegal, well, yeah, illegal immigrants. Let's see what's happening here. They will start the show. We will wait a little and then we'll continue. So many people on Times Square now, right? Sometimes randomly, like Jonas Brothers, then Katy Perry can come to Times Square and organize some like singing or giving ice creams or giving out tickets for free. Okay, guys, we're ready. Yes, Tanya.
Everybody say yeah!
Let's wait 2 minutes and then we'll go. Lily, no.
If you don't want to see it, so let's try this one more time. Together like a family. If you guys
Yes, Times Square is always lit up. That's the that's the city that never sleeps. Times Square. It's a city by itself.
Rule number 1. If you see something you like, you clap. Rule number 2. If you see something you don't like, you still clap. Good energy.
You clap no matter what, the guy is saying.
What do you do? What do you do? No! You pay us! It wasn't a joke, but we love the energy. We're going to start off right and work our way up to the top. Here we go.
Okay, they're beginning. I hope. One second, I'll take my dog and we'll go closer. Oh, I love New York. Remember this sign, guys? I'll tell you something about it in a few minutes. You see that sign, I love New York? Just remember. Okay, one more guy after this and then we go. Yeah, Patrick. Enjoy McDonald's, Popeyes shop at the gift shop, also Old Navy. I wonder what they will show us. I hope something interesting. No, I really bad at, I don't dance. I think this guy might show something really interesting. So let's wait for the guy with blue hair. Oh, there we go. Come on. I can do that too. I should go there with my dog. Oh, you come, Patrick. We'll do it together. Oh, that's good. Wow. A rabbit. Side rabbit. Okay, one last one and we go, I promise. Oh. Wow. On one hand. Whoa. Good job. Okay. We go, guys. Because in the end they will be asking people to give them money. And yeah, I'll feel guilty that I don't have any cash. But they started accepting Venmo as well, but I can't do even Venmo because I'm streaming. So that sign, I love New York, as of today, they decided to change, whether it's called logo or slogan or just New York sign, they decided to change it to We Love New York. Different font and different, like from I to we. I don't know what you think about this, but I personally, I prefer the I thing because it's like more personalized and plus the font is And that flower show at Macy's, which I spoke to you about, if you live in the city and if you go there, you will see, or if you check my Instagram, you will see that as well. I'll post it. They already changed. They already started writing, "We love New York" everywhere. It's like, it's not as personalized. I don't know. It's like different. I don't like it personally. Let's run before they ask for money, right? Well, let's run to another thing where they will ask for more money. And then there are also people who offer you like CDs. Who listens to CDs? Who even has CD players these days? And also they offer you for free. They always say that you are so great, that you are the best there is. And then they give you a free CD. And when you start walking away, they run after you and say that the CD is worth a lot of money. So they do have you pay them or return that disc. Let's go, Patrick. Tanya, where do you live? If it's not too much of me to ask. Some people are in belief that it's already summer. We're getting there, but we're not quite there yet. Wow. What time is it? It seems like it's so late, but it seems like it's middle of the day by the amount of people who come to Times Square. Oh, you live in New Jersey. That's why you said that temperature is about the same. That's what I thought. Thank you, Tanya. Not too far. So all of us have to gather and go dancing here. Well, you guys dance, I will hold the hat for money. We'll make a fortune, I'm sure. I remember how the boy from the movie Home Alone left a tip with gum. That's right. Who's blowing the horn? Well, oh, that's actually not the horn, that's the whistle. And that's the police or traffic officer. Hello, Octodoma. Which morning? That's late night and craziness in Manhattan. Well, some of you are new. That's why I know that not all of you. Well, that's how I know that not all of you know what these pipes are. You think that it's just there for fun, probably in New York, but it's not. You see that there's nothing hanging above our heads. Like cables and stuff. Well, everything is under the ground. New York also has the biggest system of steam in the world. And there are pipes with steam under all streets of Manhattan. And when such a pipe breaks, before they repair it, they put that pipe that is higher than the tallest person, well, probably the tallest person I can say in the world, so that the steam doesn't burn people. And before they repair it, they put such metal plates, which at night, if you live next to such a place, you would not be able to sleep, because when cars ride on such plates, it makes really terrible noise, especially if they did not put them the right way. Too bad. You're not gonna, if you're not gonna be ripped off by the characters, it will be fake monks or what is CD? Oh, CD guys who dances. That's right. Fake monks. Another thing that is crazy here. Can you put music any louder than that, please? I can still hear some of my voice. Well, fake monks. There are people who are Asians who look like monks who come.
Come on, baby, and drop it. Scrub the floor and just mop it. Show these gangsters how you pop it. Don't care what you got in your pocket. Beat the way that you rock it. Let that thing, girl, stop it. Wanna just bang, and pop it. All the club crowd and just watch you work it out. Got a gang of cash and it's going all on the ball. And it's going fast cause I feel like a superstar. And you may not have it, I might have just walked along. It's your turn to grab it and I make this whole thing yours.
At the future observation deck. Thank you for reminding me. One other future observation deck, the 7th, which will be right here where the ball drops for New Year's. Thank you, Ktodom. I appreciate the reminder. I forgot what I was saying. Oh yeah, fake monks. So there are Asian people who look like monks, and people know that monks really look Asian, so they listen to them, and then they give you something to put around your wrist, and that is supposed to be absolutely free, and then they curse at you in Chinese or Mandarin, in English, in all languages they know, and if they don't know, they will learn to curse at you in more languages if you don't give them money. Well, that place was TKTS. That's for tickets. Not simply tickets, and not tickets to just anything, but tickets to Broadway shows. Discounted tickets. So if you come here during the day, you will see not just time when this booth is open, but rather time when, shows which tickets are available for, and prices, discounted prices. That they usually sell when some tickets, well, some Broadway shows and Broadway theaters are not full. Broadway theaters are located on the left side. There is a new thing in New York that is very popular now. So that's they used to be like selling, remember, like selfie sticks, and now this is the thing. So they record people like dancing, and this thing goes around in circles, and they dance to music, and then they have this as a souvenir. And fake rappers that give you CD. Yes, that I already spoke about. Throw your hands in the sky like you don't care and scream. You need to ask the monk what monastery he's from. Oh, yeah. Well, then he will curse at you much faster than you think. Well, then there is a M&M store, which is the biggest in the world. You can make M&Ms with your picture, with your name, so it can be personalized here. It will be across the street as we're walking. Americans love this Krispy Kreme donuts. Well, Americans love donuts. Krispy Kreme, they say, are the best donuts that there are. I don't know whether it's true or not, but I try to stay away from that place. TikTok videos. I also have TikTok. I have like 200,000 followers there, but I don't like TikTok. I really don't. I gave it up. I wonder if all these gift stores, because they all have "I love New York" gift store signs. I wonder if they have to change their sign to "We love New York," if they will be obliged to do that. I don't think this is for TikTok though, Texas. These places, they burn pretzels like smells, like imagine the worst smell you can possibly imagine. That's what it smells like. And that's the McDonald's located on 2 floors, the biggest one which I spoke to you about. I can go there with you, but if you tell me that you want to go there, if not, we'll just go to next place. Do you want to go there? Yes. Let me make it easier for. Let's do it that way. So 1 for yes, 2 for no. Simple. Want to go to this McDonald's? To this M&M store or not? 1 yes, 2 no. 3 answers, and we'll do as you choose. 1 yes, 2 no. Quickly, quickly. Before we pass it. That Krispy Kreme sucks. Does it really? Panoramic selfie, yes. 1 yes, 2 more answers. Do you want to go inside or no? Sorry. If you guys heard about financial crisis that started in 2008, that started from that building here. Now it's called Barclays, but it used to be building of Lehman Brothers. Only one and a half. Texas. Smart ending of your nickname. All right, so we go there. If connection gets lost, do not go away. We will be returning back. I think the entrance is on that side. When I go to that store, sometimes I take a few pieces of M&Ms. Now I need to stay away from that. So make sure that they stay where they are. Yes, that's what I need to avoid, Anton. Okay, so that's the entrance. She service, yeah. All right, so let's start with a higher floor and then we go down. It's funny because you're not allowed in stores or in some places with dogs. But if you say that the dog is service, they don't even check. I don't remember honestly Ktodoma, but I don't really upload anything there. I really don't remember anymore. I'll send you on Instagram. So this is like typical M&Ms with my favorite purple color. Not only you can buy sweet stuff here, you can buy clothes here too. shirts, bathrobes for kids. Not bossy, just the boss. And everything is with M&Ms in one way or the other. I think I might have linked to it here, but I'm not 100% sure. But if not, then I will send it to you. Cups, mugs, everything M&Ms. And tourists love that place. Well, how you can get sweet stuff here? If you don't want the pre-packed stuff, then what you can do is, well, that's funny. Oh no, that's not. Wait, is that where they take a picture of you and tell you which color is yours? Or is that where you can actually print your image on one of them? Scanning. Scanning. Let's see. Your color mood is dark gray. Okay. So that's what you can choose from. How to do that? Well, you take a bag. I don't know where this bag. Oh, these bags are like there, in the middle. Then you choose whichever you want. It folds from here, and then you close it with this golden, let's call it ribbon, but it's not ribbon. When I come here, I just use my hand, and then I run away. That McDonald's on corner has nice view Times Square from second floor. Кто дома? I have a question. So there is a McDonald's not far from here, which is now for illegal immigrants. Which one is that? I am grateful to my subscriber who wrote to me, Tony that was. I'm grateful to Tony. He wrote that I was mistaken about the McDonald's during one of my streams. I said that it's the McDonald's which is on the main street where the craziness is happening, but it's not. It's a different one, but also not far from here. Do you know which one? There are many hotels next to Times Square. They're located, well, Times Square is located, and probably some of you didn't know that, in Hell's Kitchen. So Hell's Kitchen pretty much starts from Times Square. Why it's called Hell's Kitchen, that I don't know. I assume the reason is, oh wow, you can even make the coins from M&Ms. The reason is, well, I actually do know. They said that there were a lot of restaurants, and smoke from the restaurants made it look like hell, and that's why it's called Hell's Kitchen. But I personally want to believe, and seeing what is happening there now, that the reason why it's called this way is because there were many bad things like shooting and stuff happening, and that's why it's called hell. Why kitchen? Well, that is unclear. Maybe because they were restaurants. Oh, I think that's McDonald's on 8th and 5th. I think it's 40th and something. No, it's between 7th and 8th Avenue, from what I remember, and 48th Street maybe. So hotels around this area are also given now to illegal immigrants, because New York has become a sanctuary city with a lot of illegal immigrants, and what people do not like is that Americans are not given priority over illegals who actually even have the right to vote, which is not supposed to be the case, but that's New York. All right, so we are being kicked out because the store is closing, so let's quickly check out the first floor, and we will continue to the next place. Beautiful Statue of Liberty. I like it too, Anton. And as we're getting down, one more time, I want to thank every subscriber to my channel. Thank you for making my channel interesting and interactive, and for your comments. Don't trip over my awesome. It's everywhere. All right, so let's see what is here on the ground floor, on the first floor. Lily, and then we will pass through Rockefeller Center. There is still a skating rink in front of Rockefeller Center, but I think it will be put down soon, and they will replace it with a place where you can roller skate. While skating rink in Central Park, there will be something completely different there this year. What? Well, you will see in one stream of mine. Very cool store. Have you been here, Patrick? I like it too. It's definitely something different, something unusual. So you can buy everything M&Ms here, everything. And it's so hot in here, I don't know how chocolate doesn't melt. Either the AC is not working or something else. All right, so where's the exit now? And there are just, oh no, even this is M&Ms. Funny. So if you are a fan of M&Ms, that's the place for you to go to. Yes, you've been there. Cool. Time in New York, 10:06. Oh, I need to head back. I still have to pack. I have not done it. Oh, where is the exit? Come on, all exits are closed. We are locked. Let's ask. Excuse me, where's the exit, please? Where's the exit? At the front. In the front? Okay. All right. Okay, well, let's do the following then. If it's already 10:06, which I'm surprised that you guys are not sleeping, then I will show you Empire State Building. We'll walk on Broadway, see how clean it is now, and then we will... Where is it? It's closed here too. Oh, here. And then we will see Macy's that is being decorated for...
Little puppy.
Huh?
Puppy.
Yeah, she's a big dog already. That's a nice M&M's sign here too. And the smell of burnt pretzels. Or, I'm just thinking how it's best to do, because tomorrow there will be definitely a stream. The main stream will be from Central Park. So let me do the following. Now we will pass... we will pass on 6th... No, actually, which street are we on? 48th Street. So we're not far from Rockefeller Center. So we will cover both Rockefeller Center and go to Macy's, from where you will also see Empire State Building. I'll have to leave here until the morning. Good. Well, it's morning by you anyway already. I try to avoid Times Square as much as I can, because if I know how long it takes to go between 2 blocks, then you never know with Times Square. First of all, it can catch you with like something interesting to see, or it can be like super crowded that you cannot pass. Ice cream trucks, well, they're here year round, and they make extremely loud noise and really unpleasant smell. And when the music from them is on, it's even worse. So we are, so next street is 6th Avenue. It's also called Avenue of the Americas. And in one stream I already showed it, but there are signs. It's not America, it's Americas, because there is South America, there is Central America, and then there is North America, which is simply called America. Well, did you know that Mexico is actually America? That's why probably people who cross Mexican border illegally think that they're already in America anyway, so why bother? Also, I tried to avoid scaffolding because there are rats that can jump from one side to the other. Those who found some food on one side next to trash, who are carrying it to the other side. Oh, I know what we will do. I know. I will show you Rockefeller Center, and then we will go towards Peninsula Hotel and see if the president of Iraq is still there. yesterday when I was passing it, one second, I will read your messages. I will not miss anything, but I'll just finish my story first. So yesterday when I was passing by the Peninsula Hotel, and there were so many security, that number of policemen you usually see when there is at least a President of the United States, which I was surprised about. They closed the entire avenue, so the entire block between 5th Avenue and 6th Avenue, which has pretty long distance. And there were so many guys from Secret Service, police, and so I asked police, because sometimes they share this information, and especially when you speak to them in like a nice way. But one guy wanted to share, but the other guy was mean, which they should be. Well, not share. And they said that, well, the maximum information I got from them was that there was a leader from another country who would be staying there for a week. I don't know if information about a week was correct or he just wanted to mislead me, but that's the information I got from them, maximum information. And when I asked if it was like, he said that 1-2 people. I asked if it was 1-2 people from different countries or from the same. He didn't say. But then when I went further towards 6th Avenue, there are like apartment buildings, and I asked one of the super in that building who was staying at that hotel, and he said that President of Iraq was there. And then when I passed further, I saw some cars, and these cars already had a flag of some country, and just like during United Nations summit or UN summit, they write, so they write the name of the country, because so I don't know all the flags. So why not say if it's all there? Mean policemen. I mean, I have nothing against policemen. I really respect them and I really like them here. But come on, man. Okay, now I go back to your messages, not to miss anything. And the subscription to your channel is still free, and anyone can subscribe and watch your streams. Oh yes. And Patrick, please be sure to hit the like button and share Natalia's channel with your friends. Thank you all for hanging out. Yay! Thank you. Thank you, thank you. I see that there are so many interesting streamers in New York, and that's amazing. If you guys want to see something specific, something different than on other channels, if you share your ideas, what you think, what you think would be more interesting to you personally and to other subscribers, then I would really appreciate it. And I'm always for constructive criticism as well, and not very constructive. That is the building of Fox. I think, no, Jesse, we're too late for Jesse Waters now. But during Christmas time, there is a beautiful Christmas tree that stays here. And one of them last year was on fire. Some crazy person burnt it. And unfortunately, one of the 2 trees that stay here suffered as well. We will try to pass somewhere where some people don't even know you can enter. That's the building of Rockefeller Center. So most buildings in New York you cannot go to unless you are visiting someone in the building. Or if you go to, for example, a concert or some show. There are famous shows in the building which we will enter now. One of them is Jimmy Fallon show. People who live in America most definitely know that show. And second one is Seth Meyers show. There's also today's show, not too far from there. And you can also pass through different floors of that building. Not all floors you can go to, because it is a building where people work and you have to have a special pass. But what the heck is happening? But you can go to some places there. Also, I told you about my favorite observation deck, which is on top of Rockefeller Center. The name of this building is 30 Rock. That's the main building of Rockefeller Center. And you can also, what the heck? You can also have a beautiful view, see a beautiful view from a different place inside that building for absolutely free. Do you want to know how? Let's go in. Do you want to know how? I heard that there are a lot of I cannot say that. Magnolia. That bakery is really loved by Americans. And I guess by tourists too. There is always during the day a line to get in. This fountain used to be lit up only during Christmas time, but now they do it year round. Now that they made a full reconstruction of it, now it's always lit up, usually in that blue color. All right, let's see what's here. So NBC studios are here, many other shows are here, and you can go, like it seems locked, closed, but it's not, unless they close it just for the night. There is nice mosaic. Dmitry, mosaic. I know you like mosaic. So let's go in. And if it's cold outside, if you want to warm up a little, that's also the thing for you to do. Ugh. So see, you cannot go there without a badge. If this you can only use if you work here. Super nice smell. After the shows, they let you go through this gift store. You can attend a Jimmy Fallon show. I'm not sure about Jimmy Fallon, but definitely Seth Meyers show for free. And since not many people know about this passage, and it's not just here, it's under us, there is also a food court. You can see what was happening here. Alec Baldwin. What is happening to Alec Baldwin? We might lose connection. If we lose it, it will be restored. So all happening here. And construction when it happened here at Rockefeller Center. So if you don't want to know the secret way of seeing the city, NBC microphone, 1937. Huh. Funny. So, and you can see that there you can also get only if you have badge, if you work here, or if you are visiting someone here and have a guest pass. And why there are so many elevators? Well, different elevators go to different floors. For example, here, elevators only go to 43rd to 53rd floor. Here, 28 to 42. Well, since I'm sharing so many secrets with you today, I will share one more secret. That is not the secret, this is just something separate. So this is for US mail. Anyone can drop letters here, and it says when letters are picked up. And if you have a package, either you have to go to USPS or you have, there are other boxes, mailbox like that. How quiet, only music is playing. Well, another secret. Are you ready for that? I hope you are, because I am. Look at the guy in the middle on the ceiling. You see how he's looking at us? Look at him. Even if you're just listening to what I'm saying, just look at the screen for 1 second. Sorry. So see, this guy is looking at us right now, the one on the right, on the ceiling. So wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it, wait for it. Are you ready? Look at the same guy in the middle, now on the left side. Oh my God, he's looking at us again. Joey, hello. Connection is very often interrupted. Oh no, okay, let's get out of here. Out we go to good connection. Lily, let's go. I hope connection will restore itself now. So if you know Today show, that's where it takes place, across the street. Are we back? Skating rink. Don't throw penguin. Flags that represent 50 American states plus American territories, such as Puerto Rico, for example. No matter which way you look, he looks at us, yes. If you guys know Princess Diana, who, as they say, was killed during the car accident a few years ago in Paris, well, her lover, in whose car she was, he used to own this building, which is straight ahead. Now, the owner of this building is his father. This building of Rockefeller Center. And if you can take a tour of a Rockefeller Center. It's not free, but you learn a lot of interesting things, so it's definitely worth it. Yes, I think tomorrow is the last day of Rockefeller Center skating rink. And I think that tomorrow at 12:30 or 2:30, something like that, there will be performance. During COVID, there were a lot of interesting creations of restaurants outside, because it was not allowed to eat outside, but it was allowed to eat on verandas or in igloos like this. There are still some leftovers. Oh, you can go through any building of Rockefeller Center, by the way. And we are still in winter mode, or so thinks Rockefeller Center. You can pass through this building, and each building has something interesting inside. This clock also looks nice. Not as nice as Tiffany clock, which Tanya guessed correctly on Grand Central, but still something. All right, so now we're going to Peninsula Hotel. Do you think the president of Iraq is still there? American Girl. This is the store that is really liked by American kids. What is this car doing? He apologized. So you can make your own toy here. And then girls have like a backpack and they pack it with them. And this is like really like life. They wear a headset, they are in different colors, some are handicaps, some are like playing tennis, riding a skateboard. My God, plus 3.5 Michigan Street. What is that, Rick? And more trash, but here restaurants keep it clean, so you don't see that there is anything sticky in the street. A lot of films are filmed here. I see some sign for maybe a movie film shooting, but I'm not sure. Let's have a look. Yes, New York by evening is nice. Elizabeth Pilot, and it's on the 24th of, which day is today actually? Tomorrow is the 24th, right? Pilot is a temporary name for a movie before they find the final name when it comes out, or at the end of it. So that's the St. Patrick's Cathedral, which I speak about all the time, so I won't bother you with this information. Today, that building, the black building behind, that's Lotte Palace Hotel. My favorite Christmas tree stays there. This year, well, last year, everyone was disappointed because it went missing. So they just didn't put it because there is scaffolding. It's under reconstruction, the lower floors. And they did not put it there. So people were complaining a lot. And even though construction still continues, they actually, under construction, put a Christmas tree. It was smaller than the usual one, but it looked exactly the same otherwise, which was perfect. It's empty out there. It is 24. My granddaughter has one from that store, So Realistic, right? Like a real one. I want ice cream now. It is actually really hot, right? So models of Victoria's Secret are not the same they were 10 years ago, meaning they're different in size now. In front of this cathedral, St. Patrick's Cathedral, there will be a parade on April 9th for Easter. My favorite parade, the most noble, the most beautiful, the most happy parade that I know of in New York City. This is Cartier, so Anton supposed that the clock on the front of Grand Central was from Cartier, so this is the Cartier store. It's actually not far from Tiffany's store. Broad streets of Fifth Avenue here, and always clean because there are no restaurants here. That's why, and tourists don't have places to sit and eat here. That's why the streets here are clean. During COVID, there was no, like all the stores around us, they had protection on them. So the wooden, how to say, protection, right? Including Saks on Fifth Avenue. They also had like a, not wire, but something like sharp wire. Nike store didn't have any protection. The only protection it had was huge bodyguards. I have some videos and some photos from back then. It happened only 3 years ago, but it seems like it was forever ago. It was crazy time. Wow, it's empty. Well, this place is usually empty. It's near Rockefeller Center that it's busier. Not on Victoria's Secret, never. Easter parade, yes. No tourists. Well, tourists don't really have anything to visit here, only stores. And the only store they're really interested in around here is Uniqlo, not as much because you can see it in other countries. Nike, also not as much. So that's why tourists don't really walk here. And we almost did reach Peninsula Hotel. This is for people who don't know, this is Fifth Avenue. It crosses, it separates the east of New York, of Manhattan, from the west. There are not even as many cars now here. What you see, that's not many. But usually when I take a bus, when I take a bus on Fifth Avenue after work, it's crazy because buses usually go slower than people walking, and they stop, like the way they drive is like and plus they're very shaky. So each time when I take the bus, I hope for some unknown reason to even myself that it would change each time. Several months pass, several years pass, nothing changes. Why I still hope, I don't know. We're actually also approaching Central Park now. Well, I get all sorts of notification about things that are happening in my neighborhood, like that guy who wanted to jump off the 31st floor of the skyscraper yesterday, where FBI, for reasons also unknown to me why FBI, but okay, arrived. And today, the notification I got is that there was something interesting near Central Park. Guess what? Guess what it was? Oh, come on. A homeless man sleeping. Guess what was next to entrance to Central Park? Maybe they do it on purpose to wake people up. Maybe. Well, these trucks are still here because they still hope to to do something against Trump, and Trump Tower is not far from here. So that's why they fear protests, but I haven't really seen anyone protesting. Oh, and they put something on the building of Louis Vuitton, which no one yet posted online, and I'll show this to you first. Oh yes, so the president of Iraq is still here. Maybe that's why these cars are here too. Citizens app, yes. So who do you think was near Central Park? So president of Iraq is staying here, and you see everything is closed. Everyone is waiting for me. I'm coming. I like when police have sense of humor. Hello, Florida Pete. Pete from Florida. How is Florida? I saw that the other day it was really cold in the morning. So you see, well, there are no cars here now, but maybe but you see that everything is closed, and the only people who live here are allowed in. There is a lot of Secret Service. Yesterday there were a lot of police cars and Secret Service cars. We won't go there now, so President of Iraq is staying inside. I am doing great. I will be leaving New York soon, so makes me happy for a while, because it will still, the weather is still like kind of jumpy here. It's not very stable. Today is a beautiful day, really beautiful, warm, no wind. Homeless people again. Yesterday when I passed Central Park, if you guys saw the video that I uploaded here, or if you saw the most recent reel that I uploaded to Instagram, I saw a raccoon. It looked, there used to be a lot more raccoons, including on trees in Central Park. Now there are not as many, and each time I see a raccoon in Central Park, it makes me extremely happy. That one seemed somewhat like sick, because I didn't include this in the video, but he was moving slowly, and when a park worker came and tried to scare it so that it runs away, and because they have rabies, and in order for them not to get in trouble and for people not to get sick, so the park worker tried to scare it away, and it wouldn't move. So the notification on Citizen that I got today that there was a coyote at the entrance to Central Park. So that's approximately the level of 7th Avenue and 59th Street. Can you imagine a coyote in a city like New York? Crazy. Perfect weather the last few days, 78 degrees, exactly perfect. Really perfect. Not too hot, not overwhelmingly hot, but not cold either. So that's really perfect weather. I had a raccoon in my backyard last year, crazy in Brooklyn. Perfect. I love wildlife, so if I saw a raccoon in your backyard, I just take it and hug it and kiss it. No, I'm just kidding. But I do like wildlife at a distance. Look, they're putting new stuff on Louis Vuitton. And Tanya, or not Tanya, but well, Tanya, if you are still here, especially to you, but to other people as well. So this is the building of Tiffany that has been under construction for a while, and why I'm like, people who will watch this stream from the beginning in replay will understand why I mentioned Tiffany. So building of Louis Vuitton, and if we continued straight, we would go. Actually, let me show you what is inside Plaza now. I don't remember if it was Ruben. Ruben, are you still here? Did you ask me to show inside Plaza? Or was it Roberto? I don't remember. They come from upstate. I see. Or maybe from New Jersey too? And a possum. I blame the Tennessee neighbor. A possum, so cool. A possum look like dinosaurs to me. I love a possum. I love wildlife. What about skunk? If you had a skunk, then you could complain. Otherwise, it's like you have to be excited to see all that wildlife. Plaza Hotel. Many people know of Plaza, seen Plaza on TV, know movies where Plaza was filmed. So Plaza Hotel, you can get inside anytime, but they started closing it for people who don't have a room at this hotel for Christmas holidays, because the amount of people who watched Home Alone 2 and who want to see inside the famous Plaza Hotel is just crazy. That's why they want to make their customers feel special and not let just anyone in. They will switch on this fountain soon. And above us, trees are already beginning to bloom, but soon it will be all white. Joey, 2 raccoons, Home Alone 2. Yes, Pete. Home Alone 2, exactly. And when Trump was developer, he owned this building. That's why you see him in a movie, Home Alone 2, where he gives directions to the guy who asks him how to go somewhere. I wonder if rats belong to the wild. No. Rats are rats. Rats, it's a separate category. There are so many. Actually, I saw maybe like 2 rats today only. Not as many. People who watch me from Paris, from France, always say, whenever I show rats, they always say, oh, like in France. Well, France, in France there are no rats compared to New York. Isn't there an eagle that lives on top of the skyscraper? I have no idea. I know that there was an owl that escaped from the zoo in Central Park and it kind of became wild. People were first watching it because it could not eat on its own because it has never been in the wild. And I think it's just flying around somewhere now. There are owls in Central Park all the time, but I have not heard of an eagle. I saw an eagle the other day and I actually captured some of it, and it was a hawk was trying to get the eagle, not the other way around, surprisingly. So are you ready to see the inside Plaza? New York City rats are friendly. Right. Well, when you enter Plaza, pay attention to all the details. Look at this. No one sees that, but it's amazing. The leg, this. Oh, let me just, sorry. Let me let these people pass. And then we will go next. And also, this is the symbol of Plaza, the letters for Plaza. All right, so now we're ready to go. These doors are heavy. Look how beautiful. Amaryllis, orchids. Isn't that pretty? And if only you could imagine the smell. Perfect, Pete. So happy about that. Oh, Rick, you cannot write such things. So these are amaryllis. These are orchids. And they're all real. All real. Oh. And if you're a fan of English tea time, then you should come here. And this is where I want to wish you a good night. I want to thank you for watching my stream, for actively participating in it. Thank you, Anton, Joey, Rick, Pete, Patrick, Anton already mentioned, Tanya, Ruben, Roberto, people who will be watching replay, and thank you to all the followers for being part of my channel. I will see you probably tomorrow, but if not, then on a different day from a different country. Bye-bye.